fall night here in Panther Stadium. The lights are setting in right. It's playoff football action here in Panther Stadium, and I'm ready to feel the bleachers thumping, and I'm ready to see some Cabot Panther football going on any moment now.
I mean, it's going to be a good game. Rogers, the 5th seed, Cabot, the 4th seed, coming off of a loss against North Little Rock. That was really a struggle all around. We got it to a 3-point game. Really couldn't close it out. Bates, what was the standpoint view from you watching the game against North Little Rock?
Well, the Panthers have just got to tighten it up both on offense and defense. There were too many mental mistakes made in that game that could have increased our seed.
Harlan, what did you take away from the North Little Rock game?
Man, it was just really the tackling was what we kind of struggled with late in that game. You know, a couple guys really missed those key tackles that we really needed to kind of vibe and come back into that game. I mean, we started off good with a quick 3-and-out that game, but we just got to do better tonight if we want to move on and face Bentonville next game. Is Cabot is kicking off the ball, so they will receive the second half kick as it's fielded at about the 15-yard line. He's got a couple of good blocks up front. He'll be brought down at about the 21-yard lines where he's brought down, but I'm sure they're going to mark him up a little closer due to forward progress.
That was tackled by number 46 of the Cabot Panthers, Bryant Hiddle.
Well, here comes this Panther offense, guys, and so far they've been playing great this season.
Defense.
What's good?
Did I say offense?
Yeah.
My bad.
It's a Mountaineers offense coming out here.
I could have sworn I said defense, guys.
No.
My apologies.
So right there, Tristan, playoff football here.
Yeah, I'm anxious. My friend. I'm just ready to see some action on the field. So the Panthers' defense is out on the field, and Bates, what do you expect to see from this first drive?
Well, they've got to create some pressure on the quarterback as he rolls out here.
Oh.
That one was bobbled there. May have been tipped. Great defense there.
As tonight's starting quarterback for Rogers is Christian Francisco. Cooper, how are you feeling about Christian Francisco here tonight?
Well, I'm sure the Panther defense can get pressure on him, and then we'll have our secondaries come out there and take his cookies away and get free interceptions.
What was it, a second down now after the incomplete passes? They're just going to hand it off there to it looks like it was number 30, Joshua Shepard on the run.
And that's Jared Whitman on the tackle there coming around the outside.
Panthers defense really neat. The Panther defense, if they're going to want to win this playoff game, we can't see them giving up 6 straight scoring drives as we've had seen against North Little Rock. We can't fall behind 21-0 like we have against Conway.
And this is a big drive right here. Get the momentum going for your team.
Well, it's going to be a 3rd and 10 here on their own 29-yard line. I can feel those bleachers vibing right now, guys, as Rogers is in a single back. Quarterback's alone man in the backfield. Francisco is going to drop back. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to keep it himself, and he may have enough for the first down. As he does, he's still on the field, but there's a flag back in the area of holding, so this one could be coming back as he's still going before he finally steps out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. But hold on, ladies and gentlemen, there is a flag back in the backfield of the play, so this play could be coming all the way back.
Definitely in the area of offensive holding, maybe even a block into the back there.
And like I was saying, it will be holding, but against North Little Rock, Tristan, you're talking about missed tackles, and there it was. He had open holes and almost took that for a touchdown, but luckily the holding call was called, so they'll redo that play.
Well, I'm sure coming into tonight's playoff game, during the week, a lot of these emotions were running high, and they're just kind of getting a feel for what this Rogers team wants to do because, this is the first meeting between these two teams. So those, kind of nerds getting into the game earlier probably still settling in, and come second, third quarter, this defense will be the best we've ever seen this season.
Hopefully so. In this defense, even though there was a holding call, we can't be beat by a mobile quarterback again. We saw that at North Little Rock. That became a huge issue, even in the play-action pass. We can't let it happen this early again.
And like Bates was saying, the mobile quarterback has really been struggles for the Panthers throughout the whole season. We really strive for pocket quarterbacks, not letting them roll out. But if a quarterback can run, it just seems like the Panther defense struggle with it.
And Cooper, I kind of want to elaborate on that as Francisco's in a shotgun formation. He's going to keep it himself as he steps up in the pocket. He has a couple men to beat, but he'll be wrapped up around the 30-yard line. There was another quarterback run that you were talking about, but I want to go back to last week's game against North Little Rock. Their quarterback, Cotton, really ran that read option to perfection just about, and it seemed like any time you'd go to the outside, you were going to score on this defense. So how coming into this game, Bates, can we kind of change that momentum into maybe 5-yard stops, 5-yard deep losses, or just something that doesn't turn into 36-yard gains on every play?
Well, they've got to contain the outside. If they can do that, they got to watch the quarterback. Make sure if he's got the ball, you got to stay on him as Rodgers looks to punt away here. Maybe even a QB spy.
As that punt will be a low snap, and he's just going to run almost blocked there. A fair catch. He'll just wave it off there as it'll go out of bounds here as the Cabot offense now takes over. Comes out on the
now
field.
They're coming out.
So here comes Tyler G, UCA commit. He's had a great year so far. So what's something that Tyler G can do, guys, coming into tonight's game that could really seal his name as one of the great Cabot Panther quarterbacks?
Well, he needs to come out there, get the Panthers offense rolling early. We can't start off with a straight 3-and-out. We need to try to at least get points up on the board and just keep the train rolling, Bates.
He's got to make the smart throws and take care of the football. No turnovers tonight.
As G would just hand the ball off here as he's around the outside, has one man to beat, and he's around the outside. He's still going to the 20, the 15, 10, 5. He's still going. Touchdown, Panthers. What a great touchdown that was by number 24, Mason Bell on the run. Guys, that's something that we've seen early in the season. You know, he kind of went to the outside there, kind of, you know, saying, hey, we can do the same thing and score on your defense too, Rodgers. So, guys, what a great run there that was by Mason Bell.
Well, that's how you start off with a bang and state your place in the playoffs. Big-time game, come out there with your first offensive possession, and you're just going to go downfield to the outside with a handoff. Great run by Mason Bell. You can't ask for anything better.
It's just a great way to gain momentum for your team. Defense gets a stop. Offense immediately puts points on the board.
As that PAT by Jack Tebbett was good. So your score now with 10 minutes left in the first quarter, your Cabot Panthers 7, the Mountaineers 0. And what a great one-play drive that was by our offense. I mean, we really came out here, set the momentum early to saying, hey, this is Panther Stadium. This is our jungle, like the hype video played earlier was kind of saying. And this is the place that we come to play, and we kind of seal our fate here and make a name for ourselves.
Well, the Panthers, with games they've really dominated, they established the run game, and they established it early. So if they can keep that up, we'll have no problem winning tonight's game.
And establishing the run game early is a great way to keep that pressure off of G, to not pressure him into making those bad throws.
So now we await the kickoff here. Once again, back to the Rogers Mountaineers here. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's first round of playoff action here.
This is our first Panther home playoff game.
Right. I mean, hey, like I said, I was ready for the cheering of the fans as that was fielded about the 5-yard line. Ooh, what a great hit that was. That was kind of a, tag team action there, laying the smackdown on him.
That was number 19, Payson Woods, coming in, laying the wood on the Rogers Mountaineers kickoff return team.
He just ran up there and said, here comes the boom, guys. I mean,
he's going to be feeling that tomorrow. He's going to need some ice.
Absolutely.
I was talking to Payson Thursday night at Mount Carmel for the team dinner. He's saying, I'm really looking for those big hits that I can lay, maybe knock that ball out and get the ball back to my offense. And that was one of those big hits that we're lucky that it's not Cabot Panther ball right now.
For sure.
So it'll be a first down here for the Mountaineers at their own 19-yard line. He'll keep it himself here as Goodshield is still on his feet, and he'll just be dropped at around the 30-yard line.
Here we go. It's that mobile quarterback once again. The Panthers have got to contain that early. Rodgers had to see that in the film this week.
I mean, it looks like they have a new quarterback in. You have Christian Francisco, and now number 13, Noah Goodshed. So maybe Rodgers has a dual quarterback, or they just didn't like what they saw from their first drive.
So here it is now, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Rodgers in the shotgun formation, calls for the snap. He'll hand the ball off once again, but he'll go nowhere. Stopped in the backfield there.
It's great pressure created there on the outside. Way to tackle him in the backfield.
The Panther defensive line just stopped the run game from the start. And last week, we didn't have an answer to the run, so it's good to finally see our defense stopping the run.
It's Goodshield is still in at quarterback for the Mountaineers here.
I would imagine that Coach Reed was preaching that in practice, that we have to stop the run this week.
Oh, that you got. I mean, I'm sure that that was the one thing that he said. Hey, we got to stop this early before it comes back and bites us in the butt late in the game. But here we go. Good shield, shotgun formation, drops back, looks, rolls out, has a man. No, he will keep rolling, and he'll still go before he's pushed out of bounds around the 35-yard line.
Great pressure there once again by the D line. That's Tyler Parks on the stop there, pushing him out of bounds. If they can keep that up all night, don't allow him to throw the ball.
So a 3rd and 6 coming up now for the Mountaineers on their own 34.
Panther defense need another 3 and out. You got to come down, get on your man. Don't let them beat you, and watch the run out from the quarterback. You need to stop here.
The referee's going to signal a timeout here.
I think that was timeout Rogers.
Rogers going to take some time to think about this one. Big 3rd down here early.
I mean, it's early in the game, but it is a big 3rd down, like Bates was saying, because if you give the Panthers the ball back after what they did with one play, if you get down 14 early in the first quarter in a playoff game, you might be just thinking you're about to have to drive a good old go drive back up to Northwest Arkansas, because Panther defense, once they get the first sight of blood, they're going to go for the kill.
You know, I kind of want to elaborate on that. Next week, the winner of this game goes to play one of the toughest teams on this side of the bracket, except, you know, all credit due to Bryant, but this could be the team that goes all the way if this Panther team doesn't find a way to nip it in the bud quick and get the momentum on their side if we win tonight's game.
Bentonville is certainly a tough team for anybody to beat, and if the Panthers are to make it past, it's going to be a tough game.
And Bentonville last week, playing their rivals Bentonville West, they put it on them. I think the final score of that game was 44-7.
Lord, I wouldn't want that to happen to us. But anyways, it is 8:36 now left in the first quarter. 3rd and 6 from the 34-yard line. He's going to drop back, looks. He's going to scramble out of the pocket, throws it off his back foot, looks to have a man. That's going to be incomplete. 4th down coming up, as I do believe that was swatted away by number 2, Tyler Parks on the play.
That's Tyler Mo Money Parks.
Yes, sir, Mo Money. We haven't said that since, what, the Jonesboro game?
I've never called him that. That's kind of your thing, Tristan.
I'm bad with dates, just like I'm bad at math.
Either way, it was great coverage by Parks there on the outside. The Panthers are going to get the football back.
So 8:30 here, waiting the punt from Rogers. Just want to once again thank everybody for tuning in tonight's first round of playoff action. If you couldn't make it here tonight, Panther Stadium.
Looks like Kyler Carmack is back to return.
Comes the punt. Low snap here. It'll just hit the ground around the 35-yard line, or will just roll out of bounds at around.
It's going to be spotted around the 28-yard line, I want to say there, Tristan.
Thank you, Bates. Just kind of looking to see exactly where the ball ran out of play there. So here, once again, comes this Panther offense who only just took one play to score, and Mason Bell was off to the house.
Mason Bell came out there, and they said, all right, Mason, we're going to get the game warmed up for you and hand the ball off. And he said, Coach, I'm already warmed up, and took it to the house.
This Cabot's in the shotgun formation, does have Bell in the backfield with G. G calls for the snap, drops back, looks, throws it, has a man. That's Trey Birdsong. He gets brought down at around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of Trey Birdsong. That's one of his go-to plays. He inside receiver, does a little, almost he runs the go route, but fades towards the middle, and it always seems like he's wide open on it.
And that route is just a staple of this Cabot Panther offense. Middle of the field just seems to always be open.
So we go 1st and 10, 8:03 left to go in the first quarter to play. Bell still in at running back. G changing the play at line, sends man at motion. Calls for a snap. He'll hand the ball off in a kind of receiver run there. That'll be handed off to number 5, Braden J. Braden J getting his first little touch of the action here on the offensive side of the ball. What a year he's had. He's returned a couple kickoff returns to the house, and, man, he's been one of these electric players that next year, whoever's going to call these games, they're going to love to see.
Oh, for sure. They're as much as we called his name this year, they're going to be calling it even more because you're going to see Kyler Carmack gone.
This G's going to call for a snap, hands it off to Bell. He's around to the outside, breaks away from one.
There
He's still
he goes
going.
again.
He's at the 30, the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Panthers. What another great run there.
Mason Bell, 2 carries, 2 touchdowns, He's going off tonight. What a play. The Panthers offense came out here with passes to Trey Birdsong, then a little reverse to Jay, and now Mason Bell gets the carry for a second time in tonight's game and goes to the house and scores once again.
Mason Bell's first touchdown on the outside, this time coming back inside. Great blocking up front. Bell's taking it to the house. 2 carries, like you said, and 2 touchdowns.
And the kick is up and good by Jack Tebbett.
So with 7:13 left, your score is the Cabot Panthers 14, the Rogers Mountaineers nothing.
I mean, they just don't have an answer for the run game right now.
Well, I mean, there's been plenty of games, plenty of weeks where we didn't have the answer to the run, and glad to say that the tide has turned here in Panther Stadium, my friends.
So
Go ahead, Bates.
it's almost some old school Cabot Panther football going to the run early.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we have to establish the run game, and I think we've got it established pretty well from my point of view, just saying.
Well, you do have a good point of view up here in our lovely press box here. Reading the kick from the Cabot Panthers kickoff team.
And Panther defense, they have really stepped it up from last week, and they have been playing lights out.
They're coming out playing playoff football, guys.
So here comes the kick. It is underway. High kick. Looks like it will be returnable at about the 6-yard line. He won't go anywhere as he's just wrapped up and dropped there before he could really get to the 25-yard line. So here comes this Mountaineer offense that really hasn't been able to get nothing going so far.
Mountaineers have been stuck in neutral. They've tried to go to the quarterback run. It hasn't been there that much tonight. Panthers have been able to contain so far.
Well, they've really only had one good quarterback run with the help of a holding call, but besides that, they've really shied away from it, and the Panthers' defense have been able to stop it.
I do believe Francisco is back in at quarterback for the Mountaineers. Looks like they're going to run a dual quarterback system here.
They may be alternating drives here.
He's going to send a man in motion. He's going to hand the ball off around to the outside. Gets wrapped up, doesn't go anywhere on the play, gains a couple on the play. So now we're officially under the 7-minute mark as second down comes up for the Mountaineers.
Good contain there on the outside. Reverse coming across. Gain of about, I'd say, 3 or 4 there.
The Panthers read the reverse play there greatly as number 2 Tyler Parks stayed home at the line, forced him inside for him to get wrapped up.
Tyler Parks here early, making some big plays.
So it's 2nd and 6 now on the 29-yard line. 6:34 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Your Panthers still up 14-0. Great. Go ahead, Cooper.
I was going to say one thing I've noticed, Noah Goodshed is actually playing wide receiver as well.
So empty shotgun set, drops back. Look, Francisco rolls, has nowhere to go, throws it off his back foot. That'll be caught. But he'll break away from the tackle. He's up the sideline. He'll just be pushed out of bounds just past midfield.
Looked to be some confusion at the line there from Cabot early. They were unable to get their coverage set up the way they wanted to, and they left open the check down there on the right side.
I do believe Landon Meek was the one credited with pushing the man out of bounds here. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line as we approach the 6-minute, 10-second mark left in the first quarter of play.
If I do believe that was Rogers' first down of the game.
It was really their first big gain of the play, except for the play that almost scored it. Francisco's going to keep himself as he's around to the corner, still going. He'll just be forced out of bounds. What a great play that was by the Panther defense.
Francisco nowhere to go there.
I do believe Jared Whitman was the one that was credited with the tackle / pushing him out of bounds here, so it would be 2nd down for the Mountaineers.
That's Whitman's second tackle on Francisco. He's really zeroing in on him.
Well, I mean, they have 2 quarterbacks, so you got to get one out of the game.
So we go 2nd and 10 here, 6:04 from the 43-yard line. Still shotgun formation here. Sends a man in motion. He's going to call for the snap. Francisco's going to drop back. Looks, throws it over the middle. He'll be caught. He'll be going, moving the ball up the field as they're going to keep moving the chains here on this drive. 5:57 left to go.
That time it looked like the Panthers may have been sitting in some zone. The receiver just able to find the open spot in between 2 defenders.
I mean, he was really wide open. Looks like Rogers went with another pass play, and he was just open, and they got him for a good first down, and Rogers is on a drive.
It was only a matter of time for our great secondary really finds their stride and kind of baits him and gets an interception. As Francisco's going to keep himself as he's up the pocket, and he'll just be wrapped up and dropped, not before he gains a couple on the play.
Great way to stop that from turning into something bigger there. He looked like he had some open field. Luckily, Panthers defense able to chase him down.
Second down coming up for the Mountaineers as they are on the Panther 28-yard line with 5:17 left to go in the first quarter of play.
I mean, Panther defense, they stopped the quarterback run at the line. He's just too quick for him. You have to collapse on him sooner, or he's going to gain about almost 5 yards every play.
Francisco, shotgun formation, is going to drop back, looks, evades pressure. He's still looking, throws it. That's going to be tipped, incomplete there. What a great breakup there that was by number 2, Tyler Mo Money Parks.
Tyler Parks, once again, great coverage. Way to get in front of the ball there.
Tyler Parks stayed on his man well, read the pass route, and just came in and deflected it before he could get anything going.
Well, Tyler Parks, he's been the victim of a couple, touchdowns given up, and I do believe that's what the Rogers Mountaineers are looking here. They're trying to exploit that weakness that they think that our defense has, but you keep on targeting Tyler Parks, it's only a matter of time for an interception that takes it back to the house.
Parks right now is looking like a strength more than a weakness so far here tonight.
That play is going to be called dead as there is a flag on the field.
Looks like there will be a false start against Rogers, if I'm correct, on this third down, and it will be a false start, so they'll replay third down, making it a little bit longer. And like you were saying, if they just keep going towards Parks, there's no matter of time before he intercepts it, like we saw against Catholic where he took it back to the house. So we just got to wait and see who's going to be the first victim against Rogers. Will it be Wiley, Riles, or will it be Parks?
I mean, that's a three-headed monster there. The no-fly zone, as many of our fans have called it in the student section. Francisco's going to drop back, looks like he's going to keep it. No, he'll throw it, and he'll just not find his receiver, incomplete. Fourth down coming up for the Mountaineers.
Just threw his receiver's hands there, and once again, they were trying to attack Tyler Parks, unable to do it. Great coverage.
Tyler Parks was all over his man there, so it'll bring up fourth down, and looks like they will be going for it.
Now, guys, is this a smart decision or is this kind of a questionable one since you're down 14-0 with 4:48 left in the first?
Rogers maybe just trying to create some momentum here, get something positive. They don't want to get too far behind here.
Francisco's going to fake the handoff here. He's going to drop back, looks, throws it over the middle. That's going to be intercepted. What a great interception as he's around to the outside before he's wrapped up and pushed out of bounds there. What a great interception that was for this Cabot Panther defense.
If I do believe, I think that was Chase Gibson coming up big with the interception, if I'm not wrong. And it was number 93. That's Chase Gibson playing the linebacker position, coming up big with the interception.
Chase Gibson, usually known for his pass rush abilities, able to catch the ball there. Interception.
Well, this defense is going all out here because this could be it may be the last home game that some of these seniors will ever play in a Cabot Panther uniform.
We forgot about one player. We're talking about Riles and all them. We forgot about Gibson coming up for a pick.
As G is going to send Jay in motion. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll out, looks, has pressure coming. He's still on his feet. He throws it deep, has a man. That's going to be incomplete. Kind of questionable call. Maybe could have been a little bit of shoving there by number 7 of the Mountaineers. That's Marion Slater. However, it will be an incomplete. Second down coming up for the Panthers.
Panthers looked for number 13. That's Ashton Shirley. They try to give him a little jump ball since he has some height out there, but just couldn't come down with it.
And originally it looked like G's first read was going to be Kyler Carmack running a double move on the outside. So they ain't able to get open, though, so they go to Shirley, jump ball, unable to pull it down.
Before 32 here, second and 10 on the 33-yard line. Looks like a little bit of confusion here. Looks like it could have been maybe a flag on the Panthers here. The ball will be moved back a couple yards.
Can't have that early. You had 2 good last drives. Now don't start messing up your third drive with penalties.
So it'll be a first and 17 here from the 27-yard line. 4:32 left. Cabot shotgun formation. G calls for the snap. He's going to run an option. shovels it off to his running back here. Sees around to the outside. Ooh, if he didn't step out of bounds, we could be saying another touchdown for number 24, Mason Bell.
I thought Mason Bell was going to get around just quick enough, but just didn't have the angle, and he'll be pushed out, but almost a first down.
If that defender isn't there, we could be saying 3 carries, 3 touchdowns, Mason Bell.
So with 4:27 here, it'll be a second down here on the 41-yard line. Be second and 2 to be exact. G shotgun formation still. He's going to call for the snap here. He's going to fake the handoff, throws a quick little pass to Carmack. Carmack gets a couple good blocks before he's tackled from behind, but that's enough for a Panther first down, but I do believe the ball is out. So if Cabot does regain possession, it will be a first down as the referee signaling Cabot ball, so that will be a first down for the Panthers.
You really need to hold on to the ball here. You can't give up fumbles. Just secure the ball when running, and as you go down, make sure you have 2 hands at least on the balls, because Rogers, they're looking for anything to get the ball back, so they're going to be trying to force a fumble or an interception.
Cabot Panther offense giving us a little scare there with the false start, mental mistake, and then a near fumble there. We can't turn the ball over.
So 4:07 here, first and 10 from the 45-yard line. G is going to call for the snap. He's going to hand it off once again, and that time he won't go anywhere as they're just trying to rip the ball out from him, but he's down.
That was number 20, Jacob Parks on the carry. Rogers finally able to stop the run here.
Well, it wasn't Mason Bell running the ball this time.
It wasn't.
So it'll be a second and 10 from the 45 here. 3:41 left to go here in the first quarter of play. The offense is approaching the line now. Still in the shotgun formation here. Waiting the snap from G. G since J in motion here. Gonna call for the snap. Drops back, looks, dumps it off to his running back. He needs a couple good blocks. He'll just be taken down by the feet here, but it almost is enough for the first down.
G went to number 20, Jacob Parks there on the pass play. Parks ran a little running back real route there and was wide open in the flats.
It's going to be about 2 yards short there coming up.
So 3rd and 3 here from the 37. Guys, you expect to see G kind of air it out to Jay or Shirley or Carmack. You just see a little conservative run here.
I say why not? Go for it.
Take the big money play.
G's going to call for the snap. Drops back, looks, has pressure coming. He's going to roll. Has a man. That's going to be caught. Carmack's going to break free. He's still going. Touchdown, Panthers. What a great catch that was by Kyler Carmack to evade the pressure to put another 6 points on the board. So after that catch, that was a Cabot Panther touchdown.
Kyler Carmack came across field, caught the ball, had great blocks, broke 1 tackle, and was in the end zone. Now, last week, all we saw, besides Braden Jay's kickoff return, we were saying Kyler Carmack for a touchdown all night with the wide receivers. So Carmack picking up where he left off.
That's that Cabot Panther special over the middle again. It looked like
they're faking it.
I don't know what was going on there. But regardless of the failed 2-point conversion there, with 2:44 left, your Cabot Panthers are in the lead, 20 to goose egg.
Now, if we go back, I don't know if they had trouble with the snap there or
I mean, because we were looking and waiting to kick, and then the ball was just snapped, and they were just kind of – the referees were looking around, the Mounties were looking around, and the Panthers was just like, okay, whatever, we'll take it.
I don't think anybody on the field knew what was going on right there.
Well, we sure didn't.
I want to say they were going for 2 there, but I didn't see anyone on our line break off for a pass, so who knows?
So there was a bad snap on the play after our technical director, Evan Crow, went back and looked and gave us that personal insight from his big, smart brain of his.
Our own little instant replay up here.
Yeah, Evan Crow, man, what a savior he's been this season for us, Coop.
He has been. Thanks to him, the stream running well all weeks around.
Well, we would be lost without you, my friend. As that kick's a high kick. It's going to be returnable at about the 8-yard line. Try to get somewhere going there. He'll be wrapped up by a bunch of Cabot Panthers, and he'll be dropped down at about the 25, 26-yard line.
That was number 37, Jackson Bird, coming in and bringing the Mountaineer down.
Panther defense looking to continue to roll here, coming off the interception by Chase Gibson.
Man, what a day this defense is having. Chase Gibson, many of the guys call him Gibby on the team. He's had a big interception. You know, we don't really see those kinds of things. You know, saying Chase Gibson interception. We're used to saying Chase Gibson with a sack on the play. But regardless, I mean, hey, well, I mean, I'll take it.
There's no better time to step up, evolve your game. It's the playoffs.
That is true. I mean, like you were saying, we were just thinking Chase Gibson coming in for a sack, but tonight we're saying Chase Gibson intercepting the pass. So
Your 1st and 10 from the 25. They're just going to hand it off here, and that play really won't go anywhere. He's just kind of, you know, shoved. He just kind of.
Nowhere to go. Jared Whitman once again making the stop there inside.
I think that was Jared Whitman's having a good night so far. I think that was his 3rd or 4th tackle of tonight's game already.
So here we go. In the gun here.
To 6, and he'll just roll out here, throws it. That'll be, looks to be incomplete here.
Great coverage there once again by the Cabot Panther defense.
Panther defense almost looks like he did catch it, so it'll be a 1st down coming up for the Mountaineers.
1:59 left to go here. We're approaching a big big down here. Could be changing the momentum anytime now.
Rogers is certainly looking to create some momentum for their offense and for their team, for that matter.
So times it's going to continue to roll here. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Be low man in the backfield. He'll keep it himself as Francisco's going to run. He really won't have anywhere to go if he stops this. If lets the tackle happen, as it'll be a 2nd and short coming up for the Mountaineers.
Francisco trying to make a move on the outside to turn that into a big play. Panthers able to stop him there after a gain of about 7 or 8.
Jared Whitman along with Tyler Parks came in, stopped him short of the 1st down, so 2nd and short will be coming up with 1 minute left. Well, 1:05 coming up left in the 1st quarter of play.
2nd and 3 coming up. Francisco calls for the snap, drops back, looks, pump fakes once, rolls out, tries to pump fake again. He won't really go anywhere as the flag does come out late here.
Be interesting to see what the call is here.
Now, if it is against the Panthers, the Mountaineers did get a 1st down, so that would add yardage, but if it's against Mountaineers, they'll be moving backwards and replay 2nd down.
Looks like that's what they're doing. They're taking what looks like it would be a block in the back is what they're going to call it. It looks like they're doing what many call the walk of shame after a penalty. So that play will be scratched off the record books, and we'll replay the down.
Rogers there with a mental mistake. Neither team can afford to make those in this playoff game, and Rogers already the one there.
Well, especially Rogers. You're down 20-0 in the 1st quarter. You have to get something going, and a 15-yard penalty like that does not help you one bit.
It's going to be 2nd and 13 from the 33-yard line as there's 40 seconds left in the 1st quarter of play. I think they're just going to try their best to run it out as there's 6 seconds on the play clock here. It looks like Francisco will be the lone man in the backfield, has 1 second to call for a snap. He'll drop back, looks. He's going to step up in the pocket here, has pressure coming. He's still coming, and it looks like he was almost sacked there. And he's still going. He's up the sideline, and he'll finally be pushed out, but not before he passes midfield. There's 17 seconds now left in the 1st quarter of play.
The Panthers, we keep talking about it. They can't allow that to happen. They've got to keep him in the pocket. He's able to scramble out, do what he does best, and takes off.
Panthers D lineman almost had him at the line, just couldn't grab a hold of him, and he just took off for an easy 1st down.
Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, waiting for the Mountaineers to take their positions on the offensive side of the ball. The referees are kind of signaling something on the field here. Francisco still the lone man in the backfield here. 17 seconds left. He's going to call for a snap. He's going to roll out here. He'll be almost sacked there, but that pass will be.
Looks like it will be incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like it was. I mean, plenty of the Cabot defenders were calling for an incompletion, and I think that's what exactly it will be, as that will roll out the 1st quarter of play, with your score being 20-0. We'll be back at the start of the 2nd quarter. And we're back here as they're going to put 6 seconds back on the clock.
So the first quarter is not over just yet.
Not yet, but after this play it will be, unless a miracle happens. As Francisco's going to drop back, looks, going to roll out of the pocket. He has pressure coming, just throws it to the sideline. That'll be incomplete. Now I do believe we're going to wait. It'll be the end of the first quarter, but we're going to wait and see what happens. If they take the sidelines, we're going to be right back after this. So that will be the end of the first quarter. Your score is 20-0. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some second quarter action. Your score is still 20-0. 3rd and 10 from the 39. If you're just tuning in, I'm Tristan Harlan here with Tristan Bates and Cooper Melders. Francisco's going to drop back, looks, throws it over the middle. That's going to be incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Mounties.
Rogers just unable to get anything going on offense.
And right now, from the looks of it, they're looking towards the sideline thinking they may go for it because they are down early by 20.
This Cabot Panther offense has been rolling. It may be a risk worthy of taking this early.
Well, it comes down to a point where, you're going to have to do something just not only for your sake, but for pride's sake, so you don't come out here in the first round of the playoffs looking like you shouldn't have even been here in the first place.
And they are going for it here.
Francisco's going to drop back. Look, he's going to roll. Looks for a man. He throws it. That's going to be incomplete. Man, Rogers is just having trouble and issues getting stuff going. Sure, they've had a couple of good quarterback runs and stuff like that, but when it comes to throwing the ball, for some reason they just can't find their man. I don't know if it just has something to do with Francisco getting scared of the defense that's coming at him, or if he's just not able to make that kind of throw.
Well, Francisco definitely looks a little flustered out there. That throw wasn't even close to the receiver, hit the ground. That may be why he's taken off so much, is he's not confident in throwing the ball right now.
And so the Panthers offense, who've scored on 3 straight drives, are back out on the field.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. He's going to call for the snap. He's going to hand it off. Breaks one. Does nothing on that play.
And Mason Bell won't be able to get it going on his 4th carry in tonight's game. He already has 2 runs, just couldn't break those last 2 tackles, so that'll be a good loss there for the Panthers.
So every time Mason Bell has really touched the ball, it's been a Cabot Panther touchdown on the earlier 2 runs.
That was the first time Rogers was able to get pressure.
As G's going to fake the handoff here. He's going to throw it off his body. That's going to be caught by Kyler Carmack. Kyler Carmack with lightning fast reflexes. And he's still going here as he's still on his feet. My God, Kyler Carmack is an amazing athlete as he's at the 5. Touchdown, Panthers. Wow. Oh, wow. Mamma mia. Pizzeria, call the shot because Kyler Carmack is schooling this Rogers defense.
We were saying this last week. I'm going to say it again. Kyler Carmack's the most athletic player on the Panther team. He came, about to get hit in the backfield, finds Carmack, and Carmack does the rest. Juking out defenders, breaking the tackles, steps back on them, and just scores. He's just a crazy athlete to watch, and wow, I have no words.
The PAT is up and is good.
I said last week on the Kyler Carmack touchdown, he took a trip to Foot Locker, juking out defenders. He takes another one there.
Hey, you think he'll pick me up some of those new Jordans while on his trip?
I hope so. He may give me some, too. I'd be cool with
I
that.
don't think it'll fit my wide Fred Flintstone-like foot. But regardless of that, your Panthers are in the lead 27-0.
Well, defense has came to play tonight, and the offense has really came to play tonight. And 27 points in the second quarter, that's the most we've had in the first half all year.
Wow, I mean, I kind of got excited myself, but wow, oh wow. Yeah, I mean, Kyler Carmack's just one of those guys that if you give him just the slightest inch of space, in the later season, he's been able to turn that to 6 points. I mean, we saw it last week. We've seen him make terrific athletic grabs against Jonesboro. I mean, man, he's just I'm at a loss for words trying to put words to describe Kyler Carmack.
So Kyler Carmack, he makes a good tackler look horrible out there. I mean, you can't do anything about it.
He's just such an explosive player as we await the kickoff here.
11:07 here, waiting the kickoff from the Cabot Panthers. And the kick is away, way up there. It'll be rolls out of bounds as looks like Rogers will get the first good field position that they've had the whole entire game.
Jack Tevitt just couldn't get the kickoff there. Hit it wrong, and it will roll out of bounds. So 11:07 left in the second quarter, and the Panthers are completely dominating all around the ball.
Panthers are rolling, and that penalty may be Rogers' first piece of positive momentum so far in this game.
Well, everybody needs a slice of that positive apple pie, and I guess right now Rogers is getting a slice right now.
I mean, Rogers, they have to get something going. You're down 27. You have to score. You have to pull out of a stop out of the defense, but they have no answers.
Francisco's just going to fake the handoff, and he'll go absolutely nowhere. The Panther defense was just able to read that like a book on that play.
Whitman, among other Panther defenders, able to stop him. They knew what was coming, that quarterback run. He was going to keep it. Nowhere to go. Great pressure.
Looks like along with Whitman, you had number 88. That's Chris Leaks along with number 46. And that's Bryant Hiddle coming in for the big sack there.
So it'll be 2nd and 13 from their own 32 here. Francisco's going to send his running back in motion here. He's going to keep it himself as he just acts like he's going to throw it. He still won't go anywhere. 3rd down coming up for the Mounties.
Francisco's really just trying to do it himself right now. Quarterback runs, just nowhere to go. This Cabot Panther defense is all over it right now.
The Mountaineers really need to get something going because they're not giving their defense a rest at all, because with quick 3-and-outs they're having, their defense, who's been struggling all night and needs all the rest they can get, they aren't getting it. The Panther defense are just shutting everything down for the Mountaineers offense.
So with 3rd and 10 from their own 35, Francisco is going to be the only man in the backfield here. As he's going to drop back looks, runs it up the middle as he has space, but he will be stopped before he can get that 1st down, so a 4th down's coming up. Are we going to see him go for it again here, guys?
It wouldn't surprise me if Rogers goes for it again. They're down 27 points, and there's still almost 10 minutes left in this first half. Rogers got to get something going.
I mean, they almost had the 1st down. He just ran into his own player, giving him a lead block, which messed up his run, so it'll be 4th down.
As they're going to run a little quarterback keeper here, as he'll go absolutely nowhere.
He'll be
still
short.
He's short. That's going to be Panther ball. As we're waiting for the signal.
He's short.
He's short. He's short.
We're waiting for it, and then they will be calling them short, so the Panther offense will come back out with great field position.
Panther defense coming up with a big stop there.
Man, guys, this is arguably the greatest Panther defense we've seen played this season, except for the Northside game.
I mean, we've had great defensive play, but like you're saying with Northside but this game, they're on a whole different level. They want the ring. They want to be the 7A state champs.
It can't come at a better time here in the playoffs at home.
9:23, 1st and 10 from the 44. G is going to fake the handoff, dumps it off to Jay. Jay gets a good block. He's up in the open field. He breaks away from another. He's at the 20. He's still going. Oh, Jay just pushed out of bounds at the last possible second. First and goal coming up for your Cabot Panthers.
They sent Jay on a little jet sweep, faked the handoff to him. G said, all right, hold up, I'm going right back to you, and Jay almost took that all the way to the end zone.
Panther offense is just absolutely rolling right now. It's almost like they can do whatever they want.
So the Panthers right now have a 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. 9:14 left to go here in the first half. 27-0 is your score still. G's shotgun formation here, sends a man in motion. Calls for a snap. He's going to hand it off once again. He's up the middle. He's still going. Touchdown. He's
Mason
in.
Bell, again, that's 3 rushing touchdowns from Mason Bell. I mean, he's having a night.
So now your Panthers, my oh my, goes up 33-0.
This is just a complete beatdown. I mean, by the time third quarter comes around, we might as well have our 9th graders out there.
We thought this game would be maybe an offensive shootout, but right now it's just a pure blowout right now, 33-0.
Guys, do you think this is kind of a message to Bentonville saying, hey, we can hang in there just as well as you guys can?
Cabot's certainly looking to get their name out there, create some momentum, and right now they're making a statement here in the first half.
So with 9:08 left to go here in the first half of play, your Panthers are in the lead 34-0.
I mean, I know it's crazy to say, thanks to Crow bringing this up, but the Panthers are about to bring in the mercy rule.
My oh my, we were waiting for that a couple weeks ago here against Northside, and now we may get it.
And this early in the game, you're up 34-0 in the mercy rule. I don't know if they wait to the second half to enforce it, but we're really close to enforcing the mercy rule, and that's where the clock keeps rolling no matter what, unless there's an injury or someone calls a timeout. So this game could go by a lot quicker.
Could you imagine if we get to halftime and it's like 50-something to nothing?
I mean, I can see it happening. They can't stop the run, and the run's supposed to chew clock.
That kicks the long drive here. Going to be returnable, fielded about the 4-yard line. He has a couple good blocks up front, or he's going to get brought down here at around the 25-yard line.
Panthers certainly are on pace to make it 50-0 as there's still 9 minutes left in the first half of play.
Exact, there's 9 minutes and 1 second.
In one singular second.
Hey, 1 second can determine a lot in high school football.
Well, 1 second can't give you 34 points, just to let you know.
Wait, it can get you 6 if you're good enough.
That's true.
We can ask Mason Bell almost on that first play. That was in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, for sure. Mason Bell said, all right, give me 3 seconds. I'll give you back 6 points from the store.
So 9-1, 1st and 10 from the 24. Out of the shotgun, Francisco is going to call for the snap. He's going to drop back, looks. He's going to throw it. Has a man that's going to be caught there by number 12, Cade Silliman Ridge.
That is the second completed pass all day for Rogers.
And that was number 9, Jaden Riles on the tackle.
So it'll be a first down coming up for the Rogers. I do believe that's probably the first completed pass they've had all day that's really got a couple of positive yards. So referees are talking over something here.
There is a flag, so we're awaiting that call.
We await the decision.
Will be a personal foul penalty against the Panthers. And that would be on number 9, Jaden Riles.
Wow, that's something you can't really want to see, especially if you want to keep pushing a shutout like you've been doing. And Jaden, he's only been in the past, 2-3 games from his injury that he suffered in Collierville. Bates, we were calling that game, and, I mean, you saw the look on my face because of the close relationship me and Jaden have that we've built over this year and the close relationship I have with his mom and his dad. And, I mean, that's just one of those scary situations.
You hate to see a player go down like that as Francisco. He's going to roll out again, throws it deep.
Oh, it looked like he almost pushed the defender into the interception there.
That was number 44, Justin Carnes, on defending there. And that was a great pass there we've seen by Francisco. I'm pretty sure that's the first time he's really had time to sit back there and step up and make the throw, but he just overthrew his defender.
That was clearly Francisco's best pass of the night, just unable to connect.
So 8:45, 2nd and 10 from the 40. Waiting for Francisco and his Francisco and the rest of his offense here to really get something going for his team.
Francisco, we may see him scramble out of the pocket here. That's been the only way they've been able to gain yards so far.
Looks like he'll be the lone man in the backfield here. As it looks like the play will be called dead. It could be a timeout on the field.
And it will be timeout for Rogers, so they'll use their second timeout. They'll have one remaining in the second quarter of play.
We're going to go to break here. 8:44 left. 34-0 still your score.
Francisco, once again, the lone man in the backfield here.
8:44 left. He's going to drop back. Looks. Steps up in the pocket here. He's going to keep running like he's done all game. He's just third at the last second. Has an open man there. He'll be caught, but he really won't gain nothing after the catch. It's caught by number 2, Mr. Gavin Pitts.
I mean, he was wide open in the middle of the field. Francisco rolled out and found him wide open.
It was almost a scramble drill there as the Panther defenders crashed down to get to Francisco, leaving the man wide open in the middle.
Panther defense really has given Rogers this great field position as Riles had a not so smart play there, getting a personal foul penalty, and then ever since then Rogers has capitalized off of it.
It's one of those mental mistakes that you just cannot have, and Rogers has been able to get some momentum off of it, like you said.
So 8:04, time still rolling here. Francisco draws back, looks, throws it over the middle.
Oh.
That was a very physical play there.
Justin Carnes with that shutdown coverage over the middle.
Number 11, the intended receiver, Joel Gardner, looks very upset that he didn't either A, get a PI call there, or B, catch that football, as it was a very catchable ball.
Well, Carnes came in big, stopping him there. And looks like number 9, Jaden Riles, will come back into play.
Well, on the sideline after that personal foul, he did get a talking to by Coach Reed, so I'm sure Coach Reed whipped him back up in the shape here. 8 minutes exactly, 2nd and 10 from the 22 here. Francisco looking around, seeing what's going on the Cabot Panther defense. He's going to drop back, looks. Play will be called dead.
It'll be a false start against Rogers.
And now Rogers giving it right back with a mental mistake of their own.
Well, that's something you want to see if you're a Cabot Panther faithful that couldn't make it out here tonight. So 7:59, 2nd and 15 on the 27-yard line. Could be coming back after the penalty. What a great game that's been, Bates.
Panthers have just been rolling on all sides, all spectrums of the game so far.
I do believe Cooper is going to provide an update with you guys very soon about the rest of the bracket here as we're waiting for resume of action.
Well, speaking of that, a big one going on right now. Bryant and Rogers Heritage, it's only 14-7.
Wow, what a great game that is. As Francisco drops back, throws it to the end zone.
Wow.
Incomplete. What a great stop there that was by number 2, Tyler Mo Money Parks.
Tyler Parks, great coverage. Looked like it could have been the first chance at a touchdown for Rogers, just unable to come up with the play thanks to Tyler Mo Money Parks.
Along with other games around the league, you have a game kind of like this. Conway's put in a beat down on Springdale, 38-0.
Well, they're beating us by 4 points right now.
Yeah, and then you have Little Rock Central taking on Fayetteville. Central's up 14-7. Then North Little Rock's beating Southside 14-0. Then Northside's getting beat by Springdale Harbor 21-0.
Francisco's just going to drop it off to the flats. He has an open pass to the end zone. Has one man to beat. Tyler Parks with the leg tackle that finally works out for him, guys. He's been trying to do that all season. It finally prevails.
Parks finally able to save the touchdown there, and that's another rival of that Cabot Panther defense, a little wide receiver screen pass, which hurt us earlier in the season.
Wait, Cooper, did you say Central was playing right now?
Yeah, Central's beating Fayetteville 14-7.
Oh, so they can play Fayetteville, but they can't come here to play us. Gotcha.
Well, they had a quarantine, so that's the only problem. But if they did come play us, that's just that just makes our record look even better going.
Exactly.
Instead of 6-3, 7-3.
Exactly. That's what it should be. That's what I wanted. 7-3 on the year. What
Well,
a great.
after tonight, we'll be 7-3.
It certainly looks like it right now, guys.
Well, anyways, regarding that, 7:44 left in the first half. 3rd and 15 here.
That looks a lot more than 15 to me.
Looks like 3rd and a country mile here.
Well, I'm just looking at the board here.
Yeah.
All right, there it goes. It's fixed. It's 3rd and 27 now. Excuse me.
Don't give this up, please.
Yeah, please. As Francisco drops back, looks, rolls, has one man, and he's almost stopped. He just falls down. He falls down.
I mean, I think, all right, I see it around. All right, if you zoom in, looking around the 42-yard line, you can see that small candy wrapper he slipped on. So get that off the field.
No. I'm telling you what it is. It's that one piece of turf that everybody gets stuck on. It don't matter if you're practicing or nothing. I've got stuck on it myself. And that thing right there is a hazard. They need to get that removed for someone twists their ankle.
I mean, that is just an absolute safety hazard. We're here in a pandemic. You just can't have that out on the field.
So
They'll be going for it.
And that play will be dumped off in the flats here. And he almost has enough. Or, excuse me, no, he does not. He'll be forced out of bounds. So that will be a turnover on downs. Here comes the Panthers offense.
And just Panthers offense, they have no trouble scoring if it's passing or running. Rogers can't stop it. And, you know, Coach Reed, it's like, all right, we're up 34-0. You don't want to you want to have some sportsmanship here. But if they can't stop the run, then you're kind of asking for it.
So with 6:37 left in the first half, your Panthers take over here on the own 22-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 here. As we're waiting the snap here from Tyler G. G calls for the snap. He'll fake the handoff, throws it, just overthrows Carmack there. Man, let me tell you something. Kyler Carmack just about jumped 20 feet in the air for that ball, still couldn't catch it.
I mean, he was looking for Carmack, but he overthrew it and almost had Jay open too.
If he would have thrown that a little bit farther, Jay might have had another touchdown.
Yeah.
It's got to be the shoes, guys. It's got to be the shoes.
I mean,
So it'll be a 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line. Waiting the snap here from the Panther offense.
6:33 is left in the second quarter of play.
G's going to hand it off here up the middle, and he's away. Oh, but he get brought down by the back of his shoulder pads here.
Mason Bell was looking for another touchdown. He already has 3 tonight. He was looking to make it number 4.
Man, could you imagine if he was just broke that off the middle, just,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, would you, Bates?
I would not be surprised at all if he takes another one to the house.
It'll be 1st and 10 here after the run by Bell on the 32-yard line. 6:10 left to go in the first half. G out of the gun here since Carmack in motion. Hands the ball off once again. He's around to the outside. Tries to break away from another, but he'll be dropped down at about the 38-yard line.
Now, high school football had fantasy, and you started Mason Bell this week, you're in luck.
I mean, if you have somebody in your fantasy league that just happens to have one of the greatest team names of all time trading for Mason Bell, make the rest of the league unhappy, it'd be a smart man. It'll be 5:37. Here's wow. He's up the middle. Trey Speedy Birdsong has one man to beat. He's gonna beat him. Touchdown Panthers.
And Kyler Carmack leading the way with a great block. Great touchdown play. They sent Birdsong into motion, handed him the ball off, and he went around the outside just like Mason Bell has been doing all game and scored.
Man, this Rogers defense just really can't compete with our offense in the first half.
You got to think, if this continues, how long does Coach Reed keep the starters in? Right now, it's pure domination for the Panthers.
From the way it's going, could we get 100? Could we get
All right, you're floating the boat too high there, my friend. Now, if we get 50 in one half, then we must got the spirit of Kobe Bean Bryant or something, because this is real Mamba mentality going on right now.
I mean, I think this is the most we've scored all season in one half. No, I'm not saying this is the most we scored in one half, because it is, but I'm talking overall. I don't think we've dropped 41 points on a team all year.
Now, I'm sure we're going to have to go back in the record books after tonight's game and check, or even you text your dad, Coach Melder, on the side if he will respond, since he'll be, dealing with the players. But this quite could be a historical night for the Panthers.
It's insane to score 41 in one quarter. And the biggest blowout win I ever had, going back to my old glory days in 9th grade in junior high football.
Before it hurt your knee.
Back in 9th grade, we did play Russellville and beat them 60-14. That's the biggest win I've seen so far. But right now we're looking for 82 points. We keep going at this rate.
So 5:28 here, waiting the kickoff from the Cabot Panther kicking team.
This is a blowout. I mean, I have no words. I mean, this is insane.
And we may be awaiting the kickoff. I'm not sure if Rogers is wanting to await this kickoff, as they're going to take it from the 10 here.
Oh, he gets open field. Bates, you spoke too soon. Of course, when Bates says it, and he'll be pushed out of bounds.
Number 44, Justin Carnes, coming up big, saving the big touchdown return. And, I mean, that could have gave Rogers momentum, but they're going to have to keep that going for the rest of the game. And so they'll have amazing field position to start their next drive.
This will be the best field position of the night for Rogers.
Didn't you say that last time they had the ball? Yeah.
Yeah.
But now they top that.
Yeah, they've topped that. So 5:18, as our legendary teacher, Mr. Massey, has stepped into the room with us to say hi to us.
That's Teacher of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, today in the Ozark Media Contest, our very own Mr. Chuck Massey won Teacher of the Year.
And shout out to another group, Jack Starnes, Paige Rudiger, Aiden and Evan Tonneson and Ian Vance. They won first place in their Finish the Film.
Don't forget Jaden Smith. Don't forget Jaden Smith.
The man himself. He helped out big time. They have won first place in their competition. Mr. Massey winning first place in Teacher of the Year. And right now the Cabot Panthers are winning first place in this game.
It is his last home game. Speaking of that, it is his last home game here, Panther Stadium. We just want to give a quick shout-out to Mr. Massey. Mr. Massey, you got anything you want to say to the fans?
Go Panthers.
There he is. He got on the stream, ladies and gentlemen. He got on the stream.
All right, who are we bringing in next?
We will bring that incompletion.
Right before that incompletion, the Cabot Panthers were able to come up with a sack while we were celebrating CHDV.
Yes. And so it'll be 3rd and long after getting great field position. I don't think they'll be able to capitalize off of it.
Certainly doesn't look like it so far, guys.
You did call that, Evan Crow. I don't know what you said you called, but you called it. Oh.
If you didn't hear him, he said, they're not going to get it.
Well, if we had a 4th headset, I'm sure Evan Crow wouldn't mind keeping y'all entertained here. He's very much the funniest man I know up there. It's 3rd and 17 here. Francisco's just going to stop, throw it to the end zone. Intercepted. I do believe that's going to be number 2, Tyler Mo Money. Call your girlfriend on speed dial, Parks.
And you guys were talking about it earlier. If they kept attacking Tyler Parks, he was bound to come up with an interception. He does there.
And that was a better pass to Parks than his own player. I mean, Parks kind of just stood there and caught it himself, and the Panther offense will just come back out onto the field.
That may have been Francisco. He throws a dime there, but unfortunately it's to the wrong team. And
I'll take it.
Hey, that was a beautiful pass. I don't know what you're talking about, Bates. That was the best pass I've seen all night.
That was an absolute spiral. That was technically a touchdown. I mean,
it was a touchback.
Right.
Yeah,
Dime in the end zone.
He threw a completed pass in the end zone, but it's sadly to the other team.
It's unfortunate for Francisco. You hate to see it if you're a Rogers fan.
Yeah.
So, shotgun formation here. He's going to send a man in motion. Call for the snap. He's going to drop back. Dump it off to number 13, Ashton Shirley. Shirley breaks away to the outside, has one man to beat. Beats that man, has number 5 before he gets forced out of bounds by number 5, Jordan McKibben.
Ashton Shirley, great little wide receiver screen there. Caught it, juked a man, and got the first down. And there's 4:15 left in the second quarter of play.
And the next time you hear us on the commentary headsets will be our first basketball game of the year in Panther Arena. Then, after that on Friday, we will go to Bentonville to play Bentonville in the second round of the playoffs.
So all three of us have a busy week upcoming.
As G's just going to hand the ball off there. It's not really going to go but a couple yards there. And, Cooper, you're right. We do have a busy week coming up. We had a busy week last week with the Ozark Media Festival with our 3-minute film. Should have won first place, but I'm not one to judge. So it'll be 4:01 left to go here in the first half. 2nd and 5 on the 43 as a timeout is called.
There's an injured player, so we'll go to break to due to respect to him.
We're back here. The injured player walked off the field in his own powers. That ball will just be handed off once again, still on his feet. Almost has enough for another first down here. 3rd down coming up for the Panthers.
And that, I do believe that was number 20, Jacob Parks, on the carry. They did bring in number 21 before Jacob Parks. That's Romello Reed.
Romello Reed.
Yeah, Romello Reed on the carry last play. And
Well,
so
My light won't stay up. I'm sorry. So it'll be 3rd and 2 here. Still in a shotgun formation here. Waiting the snap. G calls for it. Fake the handoff once again. And this time, he will be sacked.
Rogers came in with the blitz, and they read that perfectly as they thought it was a run play, but worked out either way, sending in the blitz. They just got through all the holes of the Panthers' offensive line and sacked number 8, Tyler G. And it looks like
Kyler Carmack out the punt. We saw it in pregame, but we didn't think he was actually going to do it.
look for a fake. I'm saying look for a fake coming up. This is unusual.
Here's the punt here. Is this going to be – wow, what a punt by Kyler Carmack as that's fielded about the 25-yard line, and he'll maybe get 5 yards in the play.
That was Cole Eason coming up with the tackle there for the Panthers.
So here comes the Rogers offense now. 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. 2:32 left in the first half, guys. Are they going to have enough of something to get on the board here?
Well, I can almost guarantee you we're going to see a quarterback run during this drive. I'm not sure if it'll be enough to get some points on the board, though.
Well, Rogers, right now they have to look at all the positives they can find. It might not be much, but they just have to find the positives that they've seen, if any, and work off of that. If not, they need to make some.
If you will, Cooper, can you tell us some of those positives we've seen from the Rogers
They had
team?
one good kickoff return.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line as Francisco's just going to go nowhere.
He was distraught from the play even started.
Man, what has gotten into these Panthers? Where has this team been all season? This team could have easily go undefeated.
They were just waiting for the playoffs.
Wait for the play. Yeah,
It had to be. That's the only explanation.
Yeah, we had to get away from the Bryant side of the bracket, and then once we got on the other side of the bracket, we was like, okay, we could start playing for it now.
It was the master plan.
Yeah, you had to sit up in the chair.
I'm just saying this. If we can play like this next week against Bentonville, put Bentonville on upset alert.
As that tackle will be broken there. Ooh, big hit there.
First one was broken. The second one was not.
That was tackled there by number 2, Tyler Parks. 1:40 left to go here in the first half of play. 3rd and 12. Tyler Parks, man, he's having a good game tonight.
Making plays all night, coming up with the interception, multiple pass deflections, and that big tackle right there.
I mean, can't ask any better from your defense, who really struggled last week, to come in and step it up huge when they most need it.
It's going to be 3rd and 3 here. They'll fake the handoff here. Throws it, has a man that's going to be caught, has enough for the first down here, but he'll be dropped at, I think, at about exactly midfield. That was caught by number 13, Noah Goodshield, who's came in at quarterback a little bit tonight.
That was Tyler Parks once again on the tackle.
They ran a little quick slant route. Not much you can do on that. And just got a first down.
One of the few first downs for Rogers so far tonight.
It's going to be a 1st down, 10 for Rogers. He's going to drop back, looks. Throws it a low pass there, as I do believe it hit the grass. I don't know if they're going to give it to him or say it's incomplete.
He was looking for Joel Gardner, 6'5" tight end for Rogers.
And they will call it a complete pass, but his knee was on the ground when he caught it, so the play was dead right as he caught it.
So 50 seconds left now here in the first half of play.
Clock still moving.
He's going to go well, he spins away from it. He's just going to throw it to the sideline, incomplete.
Josh Martin almost came in big for the Panthers there to complete up the sack, but just couldn't get a hold of him.
That was just instant pressure there as soon as the ball was snapped. Nobody even blocked Josh Martin.
39 seconds remaining here in the first half. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Mounties.
And the Mountaineers, 39 seconds like you were saying. If anything, they have to get it now because the Panthers do receive the open second half kickoff, and we could see Braden Jay take it to the house.
Waiting for the snap here. Call for a snap. Drops back. Looks. Back in the backfield all day. Wow, what a big time knockdown tackle.
That was Jared Whitman on the hit there.
Man, let me tell you a story. Back in 9th grade, we were playing basketball, and Jared Whitman just happened to come from behind me and, launch me in the air and, somehow tackle me going up for the rebound. And that did not feel good. So I can only imagine the kind of pain that dude's in right now.
Well, I'm saying if this is a video game, they definitely flicked up on the right stick and laid the truck hit on him. The big hit.
The truck stick.
Yeah.
Whitman with the hit stick
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah, that's what
Defensive
it's called.
side.
Then I come in never mind. We're not going to talk about that right now.
All right.
14 seconds left in the first half. 4th and 3 from the 44-yard line.
Mountaineer. All right, if you're the Mountaineers, do you go for the first down, call a timeout, or do you just throw it deep to the end zone?
Why not throw it deep? You really ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I agree with Tristan there. They really had nothing going for them so far.
Looks like they put 29 seconds back onto the clock.
So the clock will continue rolling here as we're going to drop back. Looks, throws a quick pass there. It is caught on the sideline there.
He was wide open.
And that added time may have changed their decision there. Just pick up the first down, try to get some momentum going. Score here with 21 seconds left.
Be a first down here from the 30-yard line. Seeing that the Mountaineers, or the Mounties as some people call them, see if they can get in the end zone with 21 seconds left to make the score 41-6 or maybe 41-7 if they get the PAT.
Well, I actually see a sign on the other side of the field here, guys. It's a great day to be a Mountie.
It's a great day to be a Panther.
So far, it's not looking so great for the Mounties.
As he's going to heave it deep. Has a man open.
Wow.
Maybe some miscommunication there. Not
I
really.
don't know. I didn't see the open man in the far right back corner of the end zone.
He was throwing it to the same person that tackled Daniel Jones a couple weeks ago when he was running in a wide open field.
That may have been the player that tackled Francisco when he slipped a while ago.
Yeah, it's that dang Snickers bar wrapper.
And it looks like a timeout will be called here, and that'll be the Panthers' second timeout of the half. They will have one remaining. And so 16 seconds left. You have the shutout so far. You don't want to give it up.
We'll be right back after this. And we're back here, 16 seconds left here. As Francisco's just going to drop back, throws it, has a man that's going to be caught. Could he get in the end zone? Yep, he's just going to walk in. Jaden Ross didn't even try to hit him there.
And so Rogers will not leave Cabot shut out, and they'll come in and score right before halftime with 10 seconds left.
I think it's still a shutout, Cooper.
Well, shutout is where you don't score points. And
Well,
That would
I
be
mean,
zero.
it's a big
Yeah.
deficit they're down by. I would still call it a shutout. I mean, I know it's not the technical term, but heaven forbid that PAT is up and is good. So with 10 seconds left in the first half, the Panthers are up 41-7.
Well, now you can say Rogers has something positive to look at going into
Yeah.
halftime.
No, they just got it because Jaden Ross didn't feel like hitting him again.
Well, that's not true there. You don't want to try to force a big hit there when he was pretty much in the end zone. So no disrespect to anybody. So it'll be 41-7 Cabot, and we could see Braden Jay return the kickoff right before halftime.
Certainly an explosive player. I remember early in the season, what was it, a 3-week streak where he had a kickoff return touchdown?
Yeah, I do believe so. It started with the Jonesboro game, and then it I can't remember the games at this point in
It
time.
went Jonesboro, then El Dorado, and I think we had we had Collierville.
Yeah, it was Collierville. That's who it was against. Couldn't because it was
No, it went
no.
Jonesboro, El Dorado, Catholic, and that was the 3 game. Then we played Collierville the next week.
That sounds
Yeah,
right,
because
guys.
Little Rock Southwest dropped us because of the COVID reasons or
Yes.
whatever they said it was. And it was on your birthday. That's what it was. It was on your birthday, and you were watching from home while me and Bates were on commentary.
I was supporting y'all on my B-Day.
And we gave you a shout-out, and then I FaceTimed you at halftime.
You did.
So we're in the kickoff here. Kickoff is just a squib kick on the play. Field there at about the 30-yard line. Still on his feet. He'll be dropped down at about the 34, 35-yard line. So here comes the Panthers offense here. Tyler G looked amazing here tonight.
I mean, Tyler G's really just sat back in the pocket, handed the ball off, and threw to the open receivers all night, playing great, and they'll just come out here and probably nil it and go into halftime.
He's
Well,
made the right decisions all night.
Wouldn't blame them if they did, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
So we await the knee here.
And that'll do it.
We'll take the knee. It'll be, wow, this is a
So your score at halftime is the Cabot Panthers 41, the Rogers Mountaineers 7. We'll be right back at the start of the second half. We hope you enjoy whatever the halftime show is, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of the first round of tonight's playoff game. The Cabot Panthers are beating the Rogers Mountaineers 41-7. You're just tuning in for the second half. You missed the domination from the Cabot offense and the Cabot defense. I'm Tristan Harlan here with Tristan Bates and Cooper Melder. Is that kickoff's really going to go get a couple yards before he's brought down at about the 25-yard line? Guys, how you feeling coming into the second half?
Well, the Panthers are just absolutely on a roll here, and I expect it to keep on moving.
Feeling good. Ready for the Panthers to advance to the next round of the playoffs. So, feeling great. Just keep up the momentum. Don't blow a huge lead. But I'm pretty sure Panthers keep this up, mercy rule will be in effect sooner or later.
There's 11:51 left to go here in the third quarter of play. Tyler G and his offense is taking the field once again. Sends a man in motion. G calls for the snap. Hands the ball off. Has a couple good blocks. He switches fields to the inside, and he'll only get a couple on that play. That was number 24, Mason Bell, on the carry.
It's Mason Bell, who already has 3 touchdowns in this game.
Mason Bell has really had a dominant night overall. So, Mason Bell looking forward to keep it up going. So, let's keep it rolling.
2nd and 8 here for the Panthers on the 29-yard line. G calls for the snap, drops back, looks, throws it, has a man that's going to be caught by. Oh, he dropped it. If he would have caught it, he could have been gone for 6 because the defender on that play kind of slipped up at the last possible second, which I do believe that's what ended up being the result of the incomplete pass was the guy sliding and kind of maybe caught Shirley off guard, maybe thought he was going to run into him. But regardless of that, it's a 3rd and 8 here from the 29-yard line, 11:17 left to go here in the third quarter of play. Panthers up 41-7.
Yeah, I think Shirley just saw a defender out of the corner of his eye there and dropped the ball.
G drops back, looks, has pressure coming, rolls out of the pocket, tries to get something, throws it off his back foot. That's going to be incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Panthers.
That may be the first 3 and out for this Cabot Panther offense. They had typically been rolling throughout the first half, moving the ball up and down the field.
I do believe so there, Bates. And Kyler Carmack comes flying in the air to make the catch, but just couldn't bring one of his foot down, so he'll be out to punt, which we're not used to.
He had a good first punt. He had a good punt pregame. Here comes another punt from Kyler Carmack, and that thing's going to be for the brand away. It'll be fair caught around the 36-yard line. So here comes the Rogers offense.
Rogers offense struggled early on. They were able to put up some points at the very end of the first half. They'll be looking to capitalize on that and try to get some more points and try to get back into this game.
Well, besides that one score, the Panthers defense, they have been stopping Rogers on anything Rogers could do. The only thing that has been really hurting the Panther defense is that quarterback run. But even then, the Panthers have really contained them in the pocket, forcing them to make bad throws.
So we go 1st and 10 for the Rogers Mountaineers. Francisco is just going to, could have been a PI there. It was right in front of that referee, too.
That was number 22, Houston Wiley, on the coverage. But that pass was just, there's nowhere near. Even if Wiley didn't touch him, no one was catching that. So that was a good no call. And Wiley really never hit him too hard. So it will be 2nd and 10 coming up.
Wiley's kind of been that physical defensive back here for the Panthers that has kind of either got the PI or has made big plays off of it. So here we go, 2nd and 10 from the 36. Francisco's just going to hand the ball up to the middle, and that play is not really going to go anywhere if he gains any yardage on the play. It's 3rd down coming up for the Mounties.
Number 18, Jared Whitman, was in there along with another host of Panthers. Number 59, Eric Masterson, came in and helped stop the run play there. So 3rd and 7 coming up.
And it looks like Whitman's already having a big game tonight.
We go 3rd and 7 from the 39 here. 10:30 left to go in this third quarter of play. Francisco in the shotgun formation, drops back, looks for an open man, scrambles out of the pocket. He's going to pump fake once, throws it across the field. That's going to be incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Mountaineers.
And just great coverage all around for the Panthers. Francisco rolled out of the pocket, didn't see anything, threw it at the last second, but it was too low. And so 4th down will be coming up, and I think they will be going for it.
Rogers just looking for some momentum. Like you said, great coverage there, and that pass also kind of looked like a duck coming out of Francisco's hand there.
Well, I mean, he's had a couple questionable throws where he's either thrown it too low, too high, too short, too long. And one time it was all the way on the other side of the United States of America. So we go 4th down here. That's just going to be caught. Gets down about midfield yard line, so that'll be enough for a Rogers first down.
That was number 2, Gavin Pitts, coming in, jumping up in the air to come down with the catch. And looks like there's a penalty, so they'll have to redo 4th down.
Oh, this could be a potential drive killer here for the Mountaineers. One big flag can change the whole dynamic of the game, even if the dynamic of the game is the Cabot Panthers absolutely dominating the Rogers Mountaineers in the first half.
And it looks like Rogers, after the penalty, will elect to bring out the punt unit. So that really big mental mistake there by Rogers there, Bates.
Certainly a mental mistake, and when you're trying to get back into a game, when you're down 41-7, you can't have that happen, and Rogers just going to give up the football here.
Looks like you have number 3, Kyler Carmack, to receive the punt.
Kyler Carmack doing it all here tonight. He's caught some, he's punted some, he's returned some. Now we're waiting for him to run some and throw some.
Might see him at quarterback.
Like we did last year. And that punt's absolutely, well, it's going to get a good bounce. It'll be down at about the 43-yard line. Here comes the Panthers offense. Tyler G. Still in tonight's game, maybe that's one of the things that, you know, we may be questioning is how long until Tyler G gets pulled out of the game and we put either Caleb Allen or Grant Freeman in instead.
Well, it's certainly a question you have to ask here. Maybe it's just trying to get G that playoff experience, getting him ready for next week, which is going to be a huge game.
The experience, I mean, he's just about led his team to a 41-7 lead here. Cooper, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm sure they're going to keep G in for the rest of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter comes around, he'll be out of the game.
Oh, my God. What a great run there by Braden J. He's at the 10-5 touchdown, Panthers.
It's that jet sweep. Jay coming across once again, and as soon as he gets to the outside, he is gone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Turn the page. Braden J's gone for 6 once again.
And what a great run there by Braden J. The jet sweep. And the jet sweep has really been working on all cylinders. We had Trey Birdsong in the early of the first half of play go downfield and take one for the house. Now Braden J said my turn, and looks like there's an injured player out on the field near midfield.
So we're going to go to break due to respect of him. No, we're not going to go to break because he's already, you know, getting off the field in his own power. What a great sign there was by the Rogers Mountaineers. But regardless of the injury, guys, I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's Braden J's first little taste of the end zone here tonight.
I'm pretty sure it is. I mean,
there's a little disagreement going on up here. We do, Crow and Bates are saying twice. We're saying maybe this was his first, but regardless of that, Braden J did get in the end zone as the PAT is up, and of course it is good. So now with 9:38 left in the 3rd quarter of play, your Cabot Panthers are in the lead, 48-7.
For those of you keeping track at home, this is actually Evan Crow's predicted score of the game, 48-7.
and so right now, the Panthers, they're killing it all over cylinders. And so I'm going to look up the playoff scores from around the league. See how everyone else is doing. I want to see that Bryant score. And so playoffs around the league right now. You have Rogers Heritage is losing to Bryant. Bryant's winning in that one at halftime, 31-7. You have Conway just handing it to Springdale, 59-14. Fayetteville has made a comeback, and they're now in the lead, 28-14. North Little Rock is just having their way with Southside, 35-0. Then Springdale Harbor is beating Northside, 35-14. So that's the scores from all around the league.
Lots of playoff action going around. We've got a good one here as the Panthers have a 41-point lead.
Man, this game has been great so far here for the Panthers. 48-7 still your score, and man, those playoff scores are going to come big after the end of tonight's game.
Be a touchback there for Jack Tebbett. So our Panther dominant defense will come back out onto the field.
And these guys have really been able to, play the defensive side of the ball really well here tonight. Just going to keep on pushing the hammer down into the final nail of the coffin until, the final buzzer sounds here in Panther Stadium and we move on to the second round.
Certainly looks like the Panthers are just going to keep the throttle down, keep the pressure on Rogers Mountaineers.
And really, you have to keep all your starters out as long as you can just to keep them warmed up and ready to go for next week, which will be a great game.
Francisco just throws that ball and be incomplete there. Jaden Riles absolutely levels him after the incompletion. His flags do come out in the play.
I think they'll call a late hit on Riles there.
Well, a little exchange did happen between the receiver and Riles, so it may be a personal foul on the Rogers receiver for what he said.
We'll wait the referee's decision here. They're discussing it.
Could be a double foul penalty and offset penalty, so we'll have to wait the call. And if that is against Riles, that'll be his second penalty on him. And I'm pretty sure if you get 2 personal fouls, that's an ejection.
And hopefully with it being this late in the game.
And it will be a late hit against number 9, Jaden Riles.
So that's something you can't do here late in the game. You can't be giving the offense really big chunks of yards off penalties no matter how much you're up.
Like you said, that's the second time now for Riles that he's picked up personal foul.
So it will be not 8:20 left in the third quarter, and the Panther defense they've set up Rogers' drives with penalties. Rogers hasn't beat us. They've just took advantage of penalties. So Francisco will be in the backfield, shotgun formation there.
Looking to get something going.
He'll just hand the ball off,
it's
and
a
the ball's
fumble.
free. The Panthers have it, and Jared Whitman comes up big, getting the fumble recovery. He wanted to go score, but they called the play dead right as he got the ball, and if anything could go wrong for Rogers, it has gone wrong for them all night.
Well, just like, our good buddy Evan Crow likes to say, go score, go score, go score. And he'd still been up. That's what he was going to try to do there. So here comes the Panthers offense once again on the field.
As Whitman's big game continues, just disaster for Rogers at every turn.
And Rogers, you have to be thinking, right now, that's a long drive after this loss back to Rogers. So
I wouldn't be on that bus. There's no telling how much those coaches are going to rip into their guys once they get on the bus. I know Cabot was kind of the better team coming into it, but, you just don't want to see this, especially in the playoffs.
yeah, I don't think they would.
Go score. Because that run there was just a couple gain as he's still on his feet before they called the playoff.
That's Romello Reed on the carry there, as it looks like Cabot is going to empty the bench. Now Grant Freeman in at quarterback.
So at least we know now that he is going to take Tyler G out to save him for next week and not risk any injury.
And it looks like Caleb Allen's going to play a little receiver as well on the outside.
To get all your younger classmen ready for next season, that'll just be handed off there to LaMelo Reed. And LaMelo Reed has a couple of good yards on the play, and it may be good enough for a first down.
And I do believe he got it.
Chains are going to move here. It looks like Reed's looking to get a taste of the end zone after a couple carries.
It's only a matter of time for LaMelo Reed. LaMelo Reed's one of those guys that if he gets it out to open field, he's going to score. He's got enough breakaway speed like a Trey Birdsong to get around in that secondary of defenders and get away from him and get that ball across the pylon for 6 points.
I remember last year when we had some injuries late in the season, he was out there returning kicks off, so that just shows you how fast he is.
As he gets another carry there, short gain.
Second down coming up here for the Panthers. They're knocking on the end zone here if they can get another first down.
And this is just pitiful so far. Rogers, they can't seem to stop anything.
Like you said, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong for Rogers tonight.
So 2nd and 8 from the 21-yard line. 5:15 left to go here in the third quarter of play. Win the snap from Freeman. Reed's still in the backfield there for the running back position. Freeman calls for snap. He's going to hand it off to Reed once again. Reed has one man to beat. Be taken out by the legs.
I think he lost the ball.
I think he was down before.
I don't know. And Cabot says they have it. And Cabot does recover the fumble as Reed lost it as he was hit there at the end of the play. And so it'll be a 3rd and short coming up for the Panthers.
That's one of those first kind of middle mistakes there that the Panthers have had in tonight's game. And, I mean, just can't have those, especially if you want to make a statement going into your game against Bentonville.
Can't have those. Even if you're up 41 points, you just got to stay consistent.
So Freeman in the shotgun formation. Almost get somebody to jump here. So they're going to change the play at the line. Grant Freeman's going to call for the snap. Hand it off once again. He's going to have a couple good pushes. I think he will still be short for the first down.
Pinned on the spot here.
And I do believe, though, he will be short, and I think they're going to go for it.
I mean, what more do you have to lose at this point? I mean, you either kick the field goal, go up about 51-7.
And I do believe the field goal unit will come out onto the field. So a little kicking change. Number 80, Gabe Dixon, will come in to give Jack Tebbitt a rest. Gabe Dixon's also a soccer player. See how good his leg is.
Kick is up.
That looks like, and no good, far left.
So after the missed kick, the Rogers Mountaineers will take over on their own 20-yard line. 3:10 left to go here in the third quarter. The clock is just going to continue to roll.
As the mercy rule is in effect, so the clock will keep rolling unless an injury or a timeout is called.
At this point here, I don't believe that Coach Reed will try to get his team to keep on getting in the end zone. I think they're just going to try their best to continue rolling clock out.
Oh, for sure. They're just going to keep handing the ball off. They're not going to want to really go out and pass it there deep. They're just going to keep the ball running and get this game over with and start focusing on Bentonville.
That would be the right idea. Just keep it rolling, keep the ball in the air. No unnecessary turnovers.
Francisco drops back here, throws it over the middle. That's going to be caught. Has enough for the first down for his drop down at about the 35-yard line.
And 2:10 is coming up left in the third quarter.
Cooper, how are we looking on the rest of the games around the 7A conference?
Well, Springdale has turned it up against Northside. They're winning 42-13. Southside's also getting handed to by North Little Rock 35-0. Central and Fayetteville. Fayetteville still has the lead 28-14. Conway's just is having a game of their life like we are. They're beating Springdale 59-14. And then Bryant is beating Rogers Heritage 34-7.
Remember when that game was 14-7? We thought for a second that they had hope.
Yeah, but either way, Rogers Heritage is putting up a good fight against them.
Rogers Heritage might be looking to try to mount a comeback later on in that game.
So it'll be 2nd and 4 here with 1:23 left. Francisco's going to drop back, step up in the pocket, and he'll be sacked. Wrapped up in the backfield on the play.
Great play there from the Panthers. Came through the line for the sack. I do believe that was number 88, Chris Leaks, breaking through the line and bringing them down.
It just adds to the problems for Rogers as they literally cannot get anything going here. 3rd and 14 coming up.
Ball will be placed on the 32-yard line. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. The Mercy Rules is going to allow the clock to continue rolling here. We go 3rd and 14. Francisco, lone man in the backfield, shotgun formation. That's 4 out wide. Drops back, looks, throws it over the middle, has a man. That's going to be caught.
And he'll be make it across midfield as Cabot has put in the backup secondary. And that was just caught straight down the middle an open field, and looks like number 49, David Kearns, will be coming in, or as we called him on the football team, D1 David.
D1 David.
T1 David looking to make some plays as that last catch was by Noah Goodshield in the middle of the field.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter here. Your Panthers are running away with it, 48-7. We'll be right back at the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the fourth quarter of the first round. The Cabot's looking to move on to the second round as Francisco's going to roll the pocket, pump fake once. He's going to continue rolling like he has all game. He'll have enough for the first down before he steps out of bounds around the 30-yard line. As the Mercer rule is in effect for those just tuning in, I'm Tristan Harlan here with my good buddies Cooper Melder and Tristan Bates. Guys, how are we feeling about the second round of the playoffs?
Right now, if Cabot can play like this, we've got a good shot against Bentonville.
Bentonville, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They had all week since they had the first round bye with their team forfeiting. So they've really had 1 week of rest, and now they get to come prepare for us. So but like Bates was saying, if we can play like this against Bentonville, put Bentonville on upset alert, because we'll go up to Bentonville and beat them.
Francisco just going to throw the quick receiver screen. He's just going to run into his own player before he's knocked out of bounds. But, ladies and gentlemen, just like I said earlier in the game, don't forget, this coming Tuesday, one of your favorite commentary trios of myself, Tristan Bates, and Cooper Melder are going to be in Panther Arena for the first game of the year. Evan Crow, you're not going to be down there with us, I don't believe. I'm going to miss you, my friend.
You'll be up in the booth there at Panther Arena while we'll be courtside bringing you all the high action from our both boys and girls team.
A couple of people returning from that girls team, Caitlin Theobald, Molly Madar, and of the ones that have returned. Those ladies Panthers have been electric last season coming into this season. The boys team, sure, they did lose a lot of players this past offseason, but hey, any team can win it. Got some seniors like Sam Owens, Evan Tonneson, and rest of those guys that are able to kindle the fire of the Cabot Panther basketball team, and we're just happy to call those games coming up this next week in Panther Arena.
Certainly going to be an interesting and exciting season, guys.
First and 10 here. Whether the outside still on his feet, he'll be dropped down around the 10-yard line. Clock's going to continue to roll. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this coming Friday night, me and Cooper will be calling the game from Bentonville, Arkansas, up there in northwest Arkansas.
It's a long drive.
It's a long drive indeed. Man, what is that, 3 hours?
Yeah, it's about 3 hours, pretty sure.
We're going to have all of our favorite CHTV sports traditions on the car ride up there, and we hope to have you tune in for the game. As that play will be on to the corner, and I do believe he may have got in for the touchdown.
And
if not,
he does, and Rogers will finally score with 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Rogers put up a good drive, went downfield, and scored there, Bates.
Rogers finally getting some momentum, getting some points back on the board. And if you're Rogers at this point, are you still trying to come back, or are you just looking for kind of moral victories as this game progresses?
I'm saying moral victories. You're down 48-13 as right now. I mean, with mercy rule in effect, this clock is just going to keep on ticking away.
As the PAT is up and good there.
Guys, can you believe this is our last time calling a football game here in Panther Stadium as on for CHTV Sports?
It's it's insane. I'm gonna miss it. Bates.
Certainly an exciting period of time here at high school. And actually, it may not be our last home game, depending on how the playoffs match out.
So next week we will be going to Bentonville, but if anything can happen, we could maybe possibly sneak in one last home game if the cards fight drop just right for us.
Could you imagine that semifinal playoff game right before the championship in Panther Stadium?
Well, it's been fun tonight. Panthers fans have definitely enjoyed it, and I know if we get a semifinal game here, they'll enjoy it even more.
Real quick, just in case this is our last home game, as CHTV commentators, give a quick thank you to everybody that's ever watched the streams from when we started calling it to tonight. We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard, and man, it almost brings a tear to my eye because I love doing this with you guys.
I do
love
too.
being up here with you, Cooper. This has been your first full season. I know it's been your senior year, but it's your first full football season. Bates, we did it last year. Me and Evan Thompson did it last year. And, man, those are some of those memories that I'm never going to forget in entertaining the Cabot Panther fans and entertaining the families around the country that can't come to Cabot to necessarily see a game, whether they're in California. Even some of my family has tuned into the games just to hear how I commentate, since this is one of my career goals is to be a professional commentator. And I just want to thank everybody that's ever tuned in and listened to us and gave us positive feedback and really rode the tidal wave with us throughout the past couple years.
It's been a great ride. I mean, starting from basketball season last year was my really first time being able to get into it. And we've really, all three of us, we've had memorable calls throughout the whole season of basketball. Coming into football, we've had many opportunities granted to us. I know you and Bates go all the way to Tennessee to call a game. I know for sure y'all won't forget that. And it's just been a great ride. I'm glad to be doing this football season with y'all three, and it's just been a great ride. Amazing season, Bates.
So many memorable memorable
There's one of 'em.
memories created here, and we're thankful the Panther faithful has been able to watch us every step of the way.
Guys, real quick, I'm going to give my favorite one, but what has been, if you can give one, what has been your favorite call that you've done as a CHTV sports commentator? Cooper, I know me and you had the Jacob Hudson last-second shot last year, which got us on Channel 11, THV 11. Hayden Bow gave us that, shout out. Bates, we called the Collierville game. Cooper, we called the Jonesboro game this year. And, I mean, there's a lot of good memorable games that we've called, memorable moments where we've said touchdown Panthers or shots good by Jacob Hudson, Ian Vance, or someone like that. So what's some of you guys' favorite calls that you've ever called for as a CHTV commentator?
Well, one of my favorite calls, I believe we were playing Southside, the Lady Panthers were, and it was absolute domination as what's going on here on the football field. And I believe Southside, they were having some trouble turning the ball over, and as we have an injured player down here.
Yeah, he's obviously hurt here, so we're going to take a break from going down memory lane, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back as the player's injured. We'll be right back after this. 504-4814 is your score. We'll be right back after this. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. So, Bates, go ahead and continue saying what you were saying. The Southside Lady Mavericks, I think? Yeah, Southside Lady Mavericks. So go ahead and continue what you were saying about your favorite call.
Yeah, the Southside Lady Mavericks were having some trouble turning the ball over, and I believe I said they're selling more turnovers than Arby's right now.
Yeah, I like it. One of my favorite calls had to be we're playing Bryant at home in basketball, and it was like one of those games they got up big on us, and we're like, man, it's going to be one of those games. And then next thing you know, the Panthers come back and just be able to call the game with them hitting clutch shots at the end to win the game. And having the whole Panther arena around you was probably one of my favorites. But you have to go along with Trey Birdsong's game-winning touchdown at Jonesboro. That was really good. I mean, you can't beat the Northside call we all three called. That will always be. When the fans storm the court, we'll always remember that one. So, Harlan, what's your favorite?
Man, y'all are gonna think it's cheesy, but last year, I don't know if many people knew this, but last year, Lady Panther basketball, I got really close to one of the star players named Shy Christopher. Whether it was Megan or Spinner or just seeing her on the court, she really just was one of those people that just electrified whatever mood you were in. She was able to, her personality was able to, shine that light to really make you laugh, even if you were on commentary. And I'll never forget, it was the Southside game, or maybe it was the pre-holiday classic, but one of those games, she dropped like almost 70-something points just about, and just to hear her family behind us really cheering her on was one of those special moments that we get to experience as commentators. We get to see the student-athletes kind of coincide with their families. It's just a really heartwarming call. And also the Jonesboro game was a good one. And one of my favorite plays last year for football, we were playing Catholic, and Kyra Rudolph just absolutely shook a guy like he was putting him in the washer or dryer. And it was just one of those things that was absolutely amazing. Because that was a run there by number 4 of the Mounties, Aaron Rendon. As this game's pretty much over, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to thank you for continuing staying with us as we're going down memory lane. And just to have all those fans, whether they saw us on THV last week in North Little Rock, or they saw us on THV for the North Side call, or they just know us from watching the streams, we just want to, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's texted me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, just to tell us how good we've been doing. And we just want to give a hats off to you guys for being those loyal fans that we've had all year long.
Yeah, just a thank you all around, and I'm glad with a good Panther win tonight, we'll be able to call another one, another football game next week. I know basketball season's just right around the corner, but we still have football ahead. So if you're gonna miss football, don't worry. We still have at least one more game for you to call.
Still a lot of excitement to come here live, CHTV.
Like we were saying, this could possibly be our final home game, and to whoever takes the responsibility of calling games next year for the Panthers, I just want to hope that you guys out there enjoyed them just as much as if you enjoyed us this year. It's going to be a big year coming up for CHTV because, as many of you know, Mr. Massey is retiring come December, and it's just going to be one of those things that, us as seniors, we're going to have to step up for our remaining months of high school, and then we're just going to have to see what path it goes on after that, as we're officially now under a minute left in tonight's game. And like I said, we just want to thank you guys. I mean, words can't describe how much you mean to me. I mean, you've seen me grow as a junior, being really loud and obnoxious, to now being, getting compliments every week from family members of the players or just everybody all around with Cooper. And it's just being one of those humbling feelings and one of those things to where I can say that I just love all of you guys that have been able to stick with us through the ride.
And so there's 28 seconds left, and the clock will just keep rolling down here in Panther Stadium. And Panther fans, 19 seconds, and we'll be moving on to Bentonville. So get ready. Pack your bags if you're going. If not, we'll definitely be streaming for you at Bentonville next week. So if you can't make the drive up to Bentonville, head into the same place you do to watch the games on YouTube. And the final score buzzer will sound, and he'll be dropped in the backfield. And your Cabot Panthers will win 48-14 in the first round of the playoffs.
Man, we're moving on to the second round. I Can't thank everybody enough for tuning in to tonight's game. We'll see you next week in Bentonville for CHTV Sports. I'm Tristan Harlan.
I'm Tristan Bates.
And I'm Cooper Melder.
Good night, everybody. We hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you Tuesday for some Cabot Panther basketball. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We love you.